Welcome, 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 collectives. My name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen Channel. I want to thank you so much for being here with me for another reading. No matter what time of day it is or what day you found this video, I am super grateful that you are here. Okay, guys, let's jump right into the energy. We have a very interesting message today, and I want to go right into it. So I have my journal here with me, and I wrote down some things about today's download. So today's download has to do with the topic of levels to your progress. Okay? Levels to your progress. So there's something here in the energy about there being levels to what you are doing. So there's a reason why certain things are happening. Okay? So with today's download, there was a viewer that was observing a person, okay, masculine or feminine energy. This was a representation of whomever in the collectives is resonating with the energy of this download. So this is why it came in more like a person who was meeting and walking around, getting to know different energies. And they were doing this with the purpose of gaining movement towards their goals. So there were two interesting names that were made prominent or that popped out during this download. So we have Aniston and Sobi. For some reason, those two names popped out. And I don't know if this is a combination, like a first name and a last name, or if this is like two different individuals, or if it's representative of something. This could be two geographical locations. I don't know. These terms or these names just came in with the download. Aniston and Sobi. So these energies, or whomever resonates with this message, were getting help from guides or spirit team to meet with and connect with the right people. Really strong emphasis on right people. And so that's why I believe this particular download has to do with there being levels to whatever it is that you are working on, accomplishing, goals that you are moving towards. It's not just a matter of what you are doing, but it also has to do with timing and involvement, it looks like, from some other energies to assist you. Okay. So overall interpretation for the download is that someone in the collective or members of the collectives are about to level up, and that they are being directed to the right people to help with their goals. So there's something here about being patient, and that there's a certain timing that's required for what it is that you are going to achieve. So it's happening now, but there's a reason why certain things need to be in place. So you're being encouraged to be patient. So there's a lot of excitement and anticipation in this download for what is to come. And also another thing that came through is that someone is going to be very happy that they waited for the right opportunity. Okay? Super interesting point too, guys. I just want to mention this, that as I started recording this particular download today, I had to record this like 2 times, the start of it, because something just wasn't adding up. I was looking at information from one download and then looking at the title from another one. And so it was getting ready to be a mishmash of information. And I kept feeling like I was getting poked, like, hey, that's not right. Go back and do it again, because I was missing it. because I kept reading it and I was like, this doesn't make sense. That's because I was mixing two downloads. So, just another reminder here, because I was thinking, well, why would that be happening? That sounds like an energy trying to be resistive. No, it was my guides trying to help me to understand that I was mixing two messages. So there's something really strong in the energy here, guys, about, you know, being humble when it comes to our spirit teams, our guides, our directives that are assisting us with what we're working on here because they have a different vantage point than we do. And also, being like water, going with the flow. You might be a water sign. I don't know, that might be coming up. Or if the message resonates, don't worry about the sign. But there's something here about being um, fluid, being like water, you know, helps us to be able to see when we need to make a quick adjustment or when we need to shift something in order to help the message or the goal or the thing that's engaged with our soul path work move in a more smooth manner. We might need to make a sudden shift. And the question is, are you willing to be fluid in the energy and do what's necessary to make that sudden shift? So I just thought I would bring that out because it really flowed with today's message, and it was just kind of funny when I realized just now why I kept having to restart, because I was actually doing the wrong thing in relation to this particular reading. The information would have been convoluted. So just a thought there, guys, about being fluid in the energy. But anyways, a lot of really good things coming your way for those of you who resonate with today's download. And you are being reminded that it is so important that you are patient because it is happening. It may feel like a lull in the energy, but it's happening now. I actually did a pre-shuffle and just pulled some energy on this in advance. So I'm just going to share with you what came out in the pre-shuffle, guys. And then definitely, if you have any comments, definitely place those down in the chat if this is something that you resonate with, or feel free to reach out to my email address in the description box. So first off, I pulled some things from the story cubes. Before I get into that, quick shout out to the subs. We recently hit over 1,000 subscribes. So big shout out to the subscribers, liking the videos, watching the videos, sharing the videos. I truly, truly appreciate you. We are going to be getting this energy out to more members of the collectives who need to hear it. So we're just going to keep growing and keep working. But thank you so much. Love you guys, and tons of love and light to you. Okay, so back to the story cubes. So the first one that came out was Dream. The second one was Sunshine. The third one was Character. And the fourth was Humility. So we have Dream, Sunshine, Character, and Humility. So what I really picked up from these messages coming out from the story cubes today, in alignment with the download, is that somebody has a dream or something that they are very invested in. This is soul path work, guys. This is about to be illuminated. More understanding about how you're going to move into this space is about to be illuminated to you. Or, putting it another way, you are about to be shown the way. The pathway is about to be illuminated. And then the character cube and humility. Something that is speaking to a need, just like I mentioned, for those of you who resonate with this message, to stay humble in the energy. And by humble in the energy, I don't mean bending to everyone's will, being a people pleaser, having an energy of like whipping yourself on the back, or, being a sacrificial person for others. This is not what I'm speaking about. Humility in relation to your universal movement here, your soul path journey, understanding that there are different levels and aspects of this journey that need to line up in order for you to get on the path appropriately. So let's say we're trying to go north and we get on a freeway going south. We're not going to end up going north. We're going to end up going south. So there are some things that are happening here to not just get you moving in the direction that you want to go, but also to make sure you're on the right path to reach the right destination. This is super important. So that humility has to do with understanding, there are more things in play here than just my desire to reach a destination. We may not even fully know how to reach that destination. We may need to rely on support from our spirit team and guides to assist us to reach that destination. So this is really big energy here. And we have to really step into a space of being willing, coachable, fluid with our guides and with those energies that are coming in to assist us to get on path. Super important. So the next thing I did was I drew some cards from the Woodland Wardens deck. And we had the Otter and Cattail, which was speaking about peace. And then we had the Bear and Cedar, which was speaking about leadership. Then we had the Chipmunk and the Laurel, speaking about success. And then we had the Lizard and the Pitcher Plant, stagnation, which was in reverse. There's so many different things I could talk about with these energies coming up right here. But the main focus in relation to today's message, there's something here about collectives needing to maintain a peaceful energy about yourself and the way that you function, the way that you deal with things, bringing yourself into a peaceful state as much as possible, even though there's a lot of different things happening right now, a lot of different parts moving. It is important that you are maintaining a peaceful energy while you are moving towards this goal. And for a lot of you, this goal is associated with leadership positions, whether that's at your job, whether that's having your own company, whether that has to do with leadership in groups, organizations, whether that's big leadership, like on a level where you're seen by many people. And that's not to say these other areas aren't just as important. But when I say big, I mean like you are seen by many people, okay, on whatever level, whatever stage you're on, leading in a way where many others will be looking at what you're doing and learning from you. So a lot of coaching energy here. But maintaining your peace really plays into, for those of you who are working on this particular goal, it really plays into that. And remember, you're also setting an example for others. If you're stepping into that position of taking the lead, people being able to see you raise your vibration and maintain a certain level of peace, even when things are challenging, is an encouragement for those people who are looking to you for that support. This is going to bring success. This is going to move you in the direction that you are wanting to go, okay? So this is going to help you to draw in more manifestations that are in alignment with what you want to feel. And then definitely the stagnation card being in reverse, what we can see is if you were at a standstill before, you will be in motion. So that standstill, that stagnation, whatever walls, blockages, things that you were running into, gone. Those walls, those blockages removed to allow you to be able to move forward. So this is some really powerful energy coming up in the Woodland Wardens. And then I pulled some things from, let me see. Okay, I pulled some things from the roll. Okay, so this is the roll deck. So first off, and this might be a more specific message, maybe for, I don't know, maybe the names that I mentioned earlier in the download, or for those of you who resonate. So this may not be for everyone, but definitely take the energy as it resonates. So we had something here about a researcher, someone who's an explorer of truth or likes to study or experiment with things, somebody who's likes to, understand what's happening and go deeper than what's on the surface. Someone who enjoys that kind of energy. And then in relation to this energy, there was a challenger. That was the next card that came up. So normally I would say, just based off of the cards themselves, these might be different archetypal energies that are showing up in your space. And that could be. But it looks like, because after that card, there was a lost soul card. Someone who is seeking clarity or in a state of confusion or struggle. And then we had an employee come up. That was the next roll card. So somebody who you potentially work with that's kind of coming up against you in a challenging energy. So maybe for some of you, you might be dealing with an energy like this on your job or in a friend group. Something here about a group or an organization or a workspace, okay? But the reason this energy might be coming up against you is because they're confused. Maybe you're confusing to them. They're confused and they're projecting. They're struggling with something. But maybe the struggle has to do with them pushing up against you and not really being able to have an effect. Because you go deeper. You're the researcher. You're interested in knowing more and going deeper. Inside of a work setting, this could look like you being a person who goes the extra mile, and then there's a challenger who doesn't like that you do that because you make them look bad because they don't want to do all of that work, that effort that you put in. And so they start to challenge or come up against you. But it's because of a struggle that's happening within themselves. Even more so than what you're doing. It's more like what you're doing and what it represents to them. And then, of course, with the employee card, once again, this could be somebody you're working with on something or that you work with on a job. And we have Avenger energy here. Some sort of energy about a memory, a hatred, a plotting. I picked up that this energy, for whomever resonates with this part of the message, somebody you're working with has been plotting on you to create issues or challenges for you, okay? Once again, more of that lost soul energy, but they've definitely been plotting on you to create some problems. And then we have the mother energy on the board. Somebody who's in an energy of selfless love, nurturing, a comforter, somebody who's patient. This looks like collective's energy, and really how this energy does not resonate with collective's energy. It's very different. And that might also be why this person, this energy is challenging you collectives on the job, is because they can see that you're different and maybe they don't like the attention that you get because you're different. And then we have the gang card. So this gave me the energy of somebody who's working with maybe a group of people or ganging up on someone. Something in the energy here about someone who you work with in some form that is challenging you and potentially ganging up on you, maybe with others, or maybe they themselves are ganging up on you energetically. Could be comments, could be kind of behind the scenes, like kind of backstabby energy, something that you definitely would have picked up on, and then this part of the reading would serve as confirmation for you. But based off of what I was speaking about earlier in the download, this will have zero effect on your level up. And I do mean zero. Because where you are at now with your level up, there's a reason why this timing is appropriate for you to now move forward into the next step or the next level of your success. It has nothing to do with these other energies that want to block, hinder, or stop you. It has to do with that universal timing, where you are on the timeline, the other things that fit in nicely that help you to take those steps, the supports you need. These things are now here for you. And so these other energies that don't want to see you move forward or want to challenge you because they feel like you have too much attention or too much light shining on you, these energies can't do anything. As a matter of fact, these are the energies that are going to have to just watch you succeed, watch you win, because it's time. And even in their challenging you and creating some issues for you, collectives, they've actually served as part of the levels of learning how to move through challenges, to move through gatekeeping energies. They've actually helped you to level up by resisting you. So the work that they've been doing has actually had an opposite effect of what was intended. And then lastly, guys, from the clarifying life situation stack, really interesting pull here. We had the spirit link. So definitely you guys are getting support from your spirit team, your guides, as I mentioned before, with whatever this is that you are working on. Okay. So that guidance, those little nudges, just like I mentioned earlier, I was getting ready to mix up 2 downloads and I got poked like, hey, that's not right. Little nudges, physical, spiritual, emotional, whatever it is, that is telling you, hey, be careful about this. Hey, maybe you should look at that again. Are you sure that's right? Taking time to really acknowledge the spiritual suggestions or intuitive suggestions that are coming up and why those are coming up. And this is going to help you to open doors. So you guys have a lot of options. So you're being encouraged to take your time and choose what's right. Once again, really tuning into your intuition and those spiritual nudges from your guides and your spirit team is super important with the decisions that are coming your way. And then we have the Adapt to Transformation card. Once again, you guys are being encouraged to embrace change with open arms and understanding that this change is the catalyst for your evolution and growth. So when we talk about levels to your upgrade, your advancement, your ascension, whatever you want to call this, we have to be willing to take the change that comes with it. Confirmation. That change doesn't always come in a form where we are able to keep everything exactly the same. It doesn't mean everything will change, but we may not be able to keep everything exactly the same and have the change we want. Thusly, this is why it's called change. So there might need to be some openness there, allowing yourself to adapt and transform. And definitely that veil of illusion card. So that veil of illusion, as we allow ourselves to adapt and transform, certain veils of illusion are lifted. And I have a reading coming up later today that's actually going to talk about that very topic. So definitely this is super important coming up in the energy here, that if we want to see more clearly what is going on around us or where to step next on the path, we have to be open to that transformation and open to those veils lifting so we can see more clearly. And then we have the Saving Grace card. Forgiving yourself and others heals the wound and sets you free. So I'm picking up an energy here, a really strong energy, that part of the veils of illusion is going to reveal some things that might be a little bit harder to process. This could be related to energies that are close to you, energies that you care about, people, places, things that you have had a certain viewpoint of for a very long time. And so you all will be getting an opportunity to really process what has happened in these relationships and interactions, and maybe why they haven't been working so well, or maybe why they were low vibrational, or maybe why there's always issues in a situation, or maybe a situation you didn't even think was a situation and you're finding out it is. There's going to be some new information coming in. So once again, you are being encouraged to really adapt with this transformation and understand that this information that's coming out is actually going to be something that helps you. So you're not continuing to have these energies around you that shouldn't be, or that need to be maybe some space placed between you and these energies because of the state they're in. Okay? So it's definitely some information coming up that you may need to process. And then the vortex of creativity. Yes, having more high vibrational energies around you, or just really being centered and focused on your work that you're here to do without distractions that are low vibrational, can help your energy, your creativity to really expand and take off. Because you're not having to fight the world and then try and focus on something that's creative. That's a tough combo to pick up. When we talk about creativity, we need to be in a state where we feel open, comfortable, safe, expansive. So this vortex of change, or this adapting to transformation, is actually going to remove some things out of your vortex that are limiting, hindering, blocking, and allow you to be able to put more of your energy where it needs to go, which I'm picking up for those of you who resonate with this message. It goes into your creativity, which then helps with your level up. And then we have embrace the unknown. This one's talking about venturing into the mystery with an open heart and welcoming the lessons hidden in uncertainty. So yes, is there some uncertainty up ahead? Absolutely. It wouldn't be change. It wouldn't be something new if there weren't areas that weren't uncertain. But you're being encouraged, once again, going back to that spirit link card, to really work with your intuitive energies, your spiritual team, your guides, maybe those that you're working with in, in this incarnation that are of the same vibration or a similar vibration and are supportive. Whatever tools you have around you, you're being encouraged to really tap into those, right? Because those are guides to help you open these doors. So that unknowingness that normally in the past would cause anxiety for you, you are being encouraged with your change and shift in vibration and the way that you're doing things, your level up, to really embrace that unknown. Not to allow it to bring anxiety and shut you down, but to embrace it, because it's in that foggy area that is not very clear. This is where the answers are. And this is where you're going to see that change. So definitely really powerful energies coming through there. So guys, that is the reading for today. Definitely sending so much supportive energy for those of you who are dealing with some challenging situations at work, or people that are challenging you because they see you leveling up. And so they are feeling some kind of way. Really, just remember, it's them reflecting themselves and then projecting. They're seeing something in you that they would like to see in themselves, and then they are projecting a feeling of lack. So it's not something you need to do anything about, feel any way about. If things are getting out of hand, definitely, if you have resources there, human resources department or some sort of support that you can get some assistance with, fine, do that. But really the processing work for this is going to happen inside of you, because you're understanding why these energies are behaving the way they are. And then you're learning how to continue with focusing on raising your vibration so these energies don't affect you as much. There's always going to be energies, guys, no matter what level you get to, okay? And levels is just a term we use to describe like shift or change. But as long as you are here in this incarnation, in this timeline, you're going to deal with polarity. So it's not about learning how to get rid of it. It's about learning how to move through it. I just want to drop that note here today, okay? So definitely, guys, I enjoyed being with you for this reading. I hope you found the reading helpful. I hope you found it connective. If this was not something that resonated for you, please definitely check back often, because I'm uploading daily to every other day. And you're more likely to find a message that way that you resonate with, or that has something to do with some energies that you are looking at and dealing with. Okay. So happy holidays to you guys. Today, I didn't even mention the date today. It's Saturday, December 7th, on the day this video was recorded. Happy Saturday to you and happy holidays. Numbers for today are 12, 7 of 24. So maybe you've been seeing 1, 2, 7, 4, or I don't know, some combination of those numbers, or maybe this is around your birthday. And if that's the case, happy birthday to you. So I look forward to being with you in the next reading. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. And my name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen Channel. Love and light, guys.